Welcome back, folks, to Let's Replay Lands of Lore, the Throne of Chaos. And when last we left off, we were in this area here, the last area, in fact, of the second level of the castle, barring that little bit down there. There is the area for King Richard over here, but we can't actually do anything there, because not only don't we have the key to open the door, we also don't have all the figurines that we're going to need when we're in there. We do have the elixir though, and all of the keys. In fact, you could probably say that a large proportion of the part of the game after you go to Opinwood is actually just one very, very large fetch quest to get all of these items you need. Now, another thing that we want to do in this area is we do want to open that chest that we couldn't open before. Although that requires a rogue level that we do not yet have. Namely, we don't have a rogue level of 7. Our rogue level is only 5, but if we switch out the crossbow Valkyrie for the Arbalest Redemption, which admittedly doesn't have a guaranteed chance to hit things, unlike the Valkyrie crossbow, the amount of damage that it does that isn't recorded here, which I really think it should be, is actually going to be a lot higher. Which means we're going to gain rogue levels a lot faster, and I mean a lot faster. First, however, we're going to need to actually get out of here. We're going to have to go down to the first floor, which I do believe we can do over there. Let's see if we can go and do that. Also, we just got hit by something. I wonder what we got hit by. Oh well, let's use that crossbow, shall we? And immediately get a rogue level. That's very, very handy. Wow, the sheer amount of damage that he does with that now is absurd. Justifiably, he just gained a rogue level. But one rogue level is not actually going to be enough to go and get access to what we want, which is that crossbow. However, jumping down this pit should do the job just nicely, because it puts us here, which I do believe is the first level of the actual castle. Now, if we go and find the area where this area is, rather, we could go and get into the basement area. Oh. And then we got locked out. That is a little awkward. I'm pretty sure, however, there is some sort of pit here that we can use. There we go. Very handy indeed. Now, down here, we want to go to pretty much that area and go and get that axe. I'm pretty sure I left the axe around about... Is it the master? There it is. That's the one we want. Let's hold on to that for just the moment and rest, because there is no threat down here that can actually hurt us. So now I've got to rogue level 7. And from now on, I'm going to make sure whenever I play this game that I don't stick with the crossbow Valkyrie forever, because wow, just imagine how much Kieran's rogue level would be now if I hadn't have stuck with the crossbow Valkyrie. I probably would actually have rogue level 7 without actually needing to use the axe. Now, I just need to remember where I'm going. I'm pretty much heading in the right direction. It's not going to be that difficult to get back to the second floor. So let's have a little walk by. Who knows, we might even find even more enemies to fight. I think we will. Now, which way do we want to go to get to the teleporter? It's that way. It's just showing here how little of a diversion you actually need to make to get to the teleporter and to backtrack. It's not actually that far. Hello, how are you? Wow, that crossbow can hit that too. That's pretty good. Not all the time, mind you, but it can hit. And when it does hit, it hits a lot. Excellent. We want to go in here. And we also want to go and basically go through that little puzzle again. That's not going to be that difficult, though. Okay. You'll also note that we don't have any map there still, even when we could have actually gone back and, hello? How are you? Wow. 225 damage says goodbye, sir. It's not actually that difficult to do this area now. There we go, we lost the map. And then we lose our sense of direction. We just basically need to head south here. Let's have a look. That's south. I also hear an enemy. Fortunately, we can pretty comfortably head in any direction we want. Now, is this south? Maybe, but we do have pits in the way, which makes it a little awkward. That's south, okay. So that'll spin us round, but that is the way we want to go. There is a pit there, and I think 2 this way, and in we go. We get the map back, and then we move on. Marvellous. Now we need to head back to, basically where the... Oh, hello! Ow! Okay, we need some Mist of Doom right here. That's a good Mist of Doom target. Ow! That hurt. Fortunately, we can pretty much heal Kieran there immediately. And see how good that crossbow is. It's pretty good. I really should have actually switched to it a lot sooner. The sheer amount of damage that it deals. It does have a louder sound effect when it fires, but it's still pretty decent. We haven't gained any rogue skill yet. We're not going to for quite a while. It takes a lot to get past rogue skill 6. So that'll let us through there, and now we're back here. Oh, hello. Oh, I remember what these enemies do. Has been a little while since I've recorded, but I do remember what they do. They burn armor. And just as a reminder, that's exactly what they do. They burn armor. Let's hope they don't keep doing that. Also, here's a good Mist of Doom target. Okay, it's not so good anymore. But hey, it was a target. There we go, that's a little better. Just need to make sure they, make sure they all die. There we go. I think quite a lot of these enemies actually respawn on this level. I'm not so sure about the next level, the 3rd level, but on the 2nd level there are a fair few respawning enemies, which means that you can get a lot of experience here if you stuck around and basically farmed for it. But we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be moving on, basically by going south here. And then around and along, because we need to go get to that treasure chest. Using the Axe Master to help our lock-picking ability, we're going to see if we can open that chest with the rogue skill of hello! Rogue skill of here is an enemy. Here is armor that has been burnt. I think there might have actually been a second one of those. It's a good thing I keep saving. Where did I actually, oh, I actually, saved right here. That's quite handy. I thought with the way that I appeared there, I'd actually saved in an area where the, where I'd previously fallen in the first level. Remember when I fell down and I appeared literally in a doorway? That was where I thought I'd gone. So we need to go this way, and this way, and this time we need to go this way, and basically ready the ability to hit these a lot. There we go. A few crossbow shots, and it's immediately dead. It is going to be a bit of a fight to get back, but it is going to be worth it. Mainly to get that, that crossbow. Definitely going to be worth it to go get that crossbow. And there is the Trident Plague that we have there, which we are never, ever going to use. I think I held on to it last time for one particular reason, and I don't think I'm going to be holding on to it for that particular reason this time around. Oh no, I have something quite different in mind this time. We can do a bit of... Oh, hello! That was mainly why I was actually doing the resting, to see if an enemy would appear before I actually went around that corner. Ow! There we go! The ability for him to actually just deal damage like that a lot more effectively is... Hello! You need to die now before you burn any armor. Also, somebody made a good point of me being picky about the Basil Cups when I have a bajillion Bannon's reserves. That is a pretty good observation. I do have a lot... hello. Wow, that one's dead. I do have a lot of Bannon's reserves, even though I've gone through most of the Basil Cups. I still have a lot of additional resources lying around in the form of the actual mana restoring items. Although they are finite, much like the Basil Cups are. So once you actually run out of them, there is no other place to buy them. You're pretty much stuck with the small amount that you have. Also, we're getting close to the area where we need to actually use that lockpick. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. Oh, there we go. That's excellent. Much better. Much better. And I believe here is where we're going to use that lockpick. First, we're going to actually rest here. Marvellous. And then we're going to save. Because I want to use that axe to get to rogue level 7. And then I want to use lockpicks. There we go! A And what item is worth all of this effort? What item is worth it? The Westwood Stick. The item that I've never ever got in any of my playthroughs. It doesn't really do very much apparently, but it does do something very, very specific. So we're going to hold on to the Westwood Stick, and I think now is a good time to get rid of Great Maul Thunder here. We might as well hold on to the, ooh, an Aegis Great Helm too. That's actually slightly better than what we're wearing. And that's slightly better than what he's wearing, and that's slightly better than what he's wearing. Excellent. And an aloe leaf.
Empty.
Really? It's a little late to be handing me aloe leaves, game, but I suppose I'll take it. And when we come back, folks, that little diversion is a separate video all its own, and we shall be resuming the standard travelling. And oh, hello. First, we've actually got to get there. We've actually got to get back to where we were. We'll be resuming our standard adventuring over in this area here. We got to get back there first, though. Shouldn't actually be that difficult now that we're armed with an actual decent ranged weapon. There we go. Never. Oh, hello. I'm going to wait for you to come here. Hello, how are you? We missed with the crossbow. That's still going to be a thing that I'm not going to be used to for quite a while, missing with the crossbow. We're going to be surrounded? No, not yet. Not yet. Okay, we're all getting hurt. That's not good. Let's deal with this thing, shall we? Ow. There we go. Much better. That one is dead. And I'm going to close this door. This aloe leaf at least has a use now. Excellent. It brought Bakata back. It brought him back from the brink. The brink of death. Now. Gonna have to use that Westwood Stick at some point. All the effort to go and get Rogue level 7 to... Hello. You didn't know I was there. I really should have took advantage of that. But I have Mist of Doom. Mist of Doom is also pretty good. There we go. Excellent. Now, which way do I want to go? I want to go this way. Marvellous. There we go. That's a lot of fireballs that I just had blasted to my face. But I do believe that with standing here, we are back exactly where we were before. Except this time I'm Rogue level 6 and we have the Westwood Stick. Although what we're going to actually shake that stick at, we'll find out later. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. For when we come back, folks, we shall now continue to try and solve this puzzle here. Because there is a puzzle here we need to solve, and we do need to get a few keys yet before we can actually do anything else. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.